two, one.
Hello, Internet. Hello, Internet.
There you go. So we're live.
Welcome to Bixie
Okay,
Verse.
I saw a notification on my screen. Bixie is now live. So technologically, we're doing okay. All right. So again, hello to another episode of Bixie, our Thursdays with Bixie. I think I have to come up with a name, right? Of what we are going to call our Thursday live event. So tonight is very interesting because it's not, it's not the normal just, discussion and all, but we're having a quiz. Who likes quizzes, right? The normal quizzes. My sister does. Maybe on my part, I'm gonna think about it. But for tonight, it's not just a normal quiz, but it's actually like quizzing to learn, because she will ask about, he will ask terms and trivia about cryptocurrency, which she will elaborate later, and then this will also serve as, like a learning platform, learning opportunity for all of us, including myself, who is not, who doesn't know about crypto. So don't be afraid. If you don't know yet anything about crypto, this is for you, and this is also for me. So, but before we go in, before we go to that portion, the quiz portion, I'm gonna announce a bit, something a bit, like about housekeeping, about some plugs and other important matters, which Bixie has been doing over the past few weeks, I should say. So it's early. It's just 6:30, by the way. So please invite, share the live as well to your friends, to your network. I'm looking at my Instagram. I'm also live on my Instagram. Hello. This is the first time I'm doing live on my own Instagram. It's, I don't know. It feels like I'm a celebrity. So yeah, it's just 6:30. It's very early. So we have time. We have time to share the live on Facebook. Clarence Chong. Hi. He said hello. So yes, hello, Clarence. Okay. So housekeeping. If you have any questions, and you're watching on Instagram, because we're on a multi-platform, right? We have LinkedIn, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. I'm not sure where to point right now. So if you have any questions, just type in your questions there. Just, or you want to say something, you want to shout out your friends or your name, or you want to say hi to us, just type in there. Or later, if you know any of the questions asked, then feel free. So we have our team is right on every platform. One is on LinkedIn, one is on Facebook, one is on Instagram. We're ready. We're pros now with live events. I remember the first time I did a live event, I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? So, but I think we're on the more than average professionals right now when it comes to live. So we're watching. So uh, Clarence said there is an echo. So I'm going to try to. Hello? Is your volume lowered already?
Mine is lowered, yeah.
Mine is very low as well.
I'll just move it a bit further. Maybe that'll
Me
make a
too.
difference.
Okay.
Yep. If there are any tech issues, anything is echoing, just type it in any one of the platforms, and somebody from the team will let us know.
Okay, sound. Okay. I think this is better. It should be better. Michelle Daria Salazar says, hello, good evening. Hi, hello. What is wrong? There you go. I think this is perfect. Okay, so for the next part, of course, this is, I think I plugged this during our last live event. So for those who are watching via Facebook and LinkedIn, which is made via StreamYard. Oh, it says it's worst. Let's see. Sheen says hello on Instagram. Poe also said hello on Instagram. Hello. Okay. So okay. So you're looking at your screen right now. One of our best things that you could see inside the app. So before I introduce again Bixie, then for those who haven't downloaded the app, the QR code is right there on your screen. Or for those who are on Instagram who couldn't see the QRs right now, you can just go to my Bixie Instagram or Bixie on Facebook. The QR codes are there. The info is there. You can click the link in our bio. The codes, the options for downloads are also there. Or if you still can see them, just feel free to message us anytime and we will send you the download options. We have one for iOS and we have one for Android. Now, going back to this plug, no, sobrang nahirapan tayo when it comes to accessing medical services during the pandemic. So this is actually a very good opportunity for us to have like 24-hour access, unlimited telemedicine consultation. It also has insurance, health insurance and accident insurance. So this is free, like I mentioned in our last event, and no commitment. So kung walang, I mean, if somebody is trying to ask, like payments or anything related to your accounts when it comes to this offer, that's not from Bixie, and please report them to us because this is totally free. It's actually a grant actually from our one of our partners. So it's free and exclusive only. Now it's not just the first 40. Some people have already downloaded it and applied for the insurance. So I think we are on the lower 30s right now, or lower 20s actually. So please download the app, get the insurance. It's free, no commitment, no getting your personal accounts or financial, your bank accounts or GCash or whatsoever. So there you go. Okay, so next. Again, we would like to remind the audience na yung mga sinasabi po namin dito sa live are not are not legal or financial advice. Okay, so we're here to learn. We're here to all explore knowledge, which reminds me of my next my next part, which is for those who are just first time viewers, yan, yung mga first time na nakapag-view ng Bixie. What is Bixie, no? We're actually a financial literacy app. So we have an app po. So if you don't have it yet, yan, pa-download na lang po. So financial literacy app, and when you open the app, you can see their knowledge, of course. May mga resources doon, you have articles, there's YouTube channels, there's a bunch of things when it comes to finances, di ba? You have insurance, savings, investments, payments of debt. So everything about knowledge. There's also community, ayan, network. So we have a community there. If you want to ask anyone doon sa loob ng app about, finances, savings, investments, even travel, even fashion, then we are chatting right inside the app because it's very good to be part of this community kasi we're like-minded women actually gathered together. So anytime, ayan, sabi ni Joy Cruz, Miss Joy Cruz, I love the Bixie community. I love it too. I always comment there, especially when it comes to, things I love like fashion, travel, and of course I've been actually asking for side hustles right now, because which leads me to my next point. What is inside the Bixie app? The tools. So one of the tools inside the Bixie app is getting what is your number. Ayan. Very interesting to. When I got my number, that's why I'm like, I need a second job or maybe a third one. So if you're inside the community and you're looking for a side hustle, maybe one of the ladies there could, point you to a side hustle. So again, knowledge, network, and tools. That's what we provide inside the Bixie app. That's who Bixie is. So Bixie is not Bixie is not a person. It's not me. It's not also, like the people you see in the live, but it's a financial literacy app for women. But of course, if gentlemen, want to know about these things, they are also welcome. So there. So without further ado, yeah. So we are doing a quiz night tonight, and I think for those who have been watching our live event since day one, ayan, kilala nyo na siya. I will now pass the virtual floor, to our game master for tonight, no other than the CEO of Bixie, Rosalia Gitao.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I really look forward to every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. To retouch base with everybody in this community. As one boy, or rather Bill, as some of you know her as, has mentioned, we've been doing these live events for the past 4 or 5 months. And when we started, it was small. There was like 70 of us who kind of tuned in. And now on average, we have at least 700 people who tune in to these live events. And so, it really shows that women are very curious to understand how to grow our net worth. And that we're not alone. Everyone's always so embarrassed about, I don't feel like I know enough. None of us know enough. And by the way, nobody else knows enough either. So what's really important is that you're taking this first step. And we're, so grateful and so in awe of being able to take this step along this journey with you. So I really look forward to this every day. Every Thursday, you find us here 6:30 p.m. You're finding somebody on Team Bixie. Normally, we bring an expert to advise on a certain topic. But today we decided to shake things a little bit up. And actually quiz you on all of the knowledge that we hope that you've been acquiring over the past 4 months. For those who are first timers, don't worry, I'll give you a lot of information along the way. But those of you who've been with us since the beginning, of whom there are some diehards in this group, there's a couple who kind of, no matter what, always tune in, always comment. We kind of anticipate that you will all win the prizes associated with this virtual pub quiz tonight, because you have that added advantage of having been part of these events. So please tune in. Today is we're kicking off our series of Web3. Why? Because we have a really exciting announcement that we're going to be making around mid-June. But we want to prepare our community for this announcement. So we really want to get you all skilled up in the knowledge and the language of Web3. I think my Instagram just stopped one boy, but I'll just keep going anyway. So what we have in store over the next handful of weeks is every week we are going to be talking about a different aspect of Web3. What is Web3, you ask? Well, there it begins, the beginning of our pub quiz. Okay, so let's just do a really quick introduction into Web3. Does anybody have any idea what Web3 is? Please comment. Throw something on Instagram, throw something on Facebook, send a video. Even better yet, if you want to win a prize, be the first one to throw in your answer inside of the Bixie app, inside of community, in live events, and you will instantly win a prize. Anybody? Okay. So we know what kind of Web 2 looks like, right? It's the internet. It's effectively the internet. It's where you can find things. But one of the challenges with the internet, as we have all started to become aware of, is that the internet still requires an aspect of what's called centralization, right? So like if I want to message Vil, I have to go to Gmail, let's say over email, I have to go into my Gmail account, and then my email goes to a central server in Gmail, and then it goes to Vil, right? So there's always these intermediaries, these centralization kind of nodes, right? And these are usually companies and corporations, and they're making a lot of money. We've all heard of, the giant tech companies. These are all of the companies that have amassed exceeding amounts of money and wealth from being the kind of stores and depositors of information and data. What Web3 technology effectively enables us to do, and a lot of it's based on the blockchain, is allows us to start being the owners and proprietors of our own information, our own data. So on Web3, I'd be able to just directly contact, One Boy without having to go through a centralized intermediary. And this is one of the most, and this has many, many applications. Just like on the internet, you can do things that have to do with finance, you can do things that have to do with school or education or myriad use cases. The same applies for Web3. So what I don't want people to do is start getting confused, like, what's Web3? Where is this? Is this like, does this mean I'm in the virtual world? No, just like the simplest way to think about it, it's like Web 2, almost Web 2 without any kind of central authorities, right? It's kind of Web 2 where I get to communicate with 8 billion other people in the world directly. So I get to buy directly, I get to sell directly, I get to, move money across borders directly. That's what Web kind of 3 affords us. And one of the more exciting opportunities and more profitable opportunities that have come up really visibly in the last handful of years has been using Web3 technology, i.e. the blockchain, for the movement of currency. And when you really break down, all currency is just my promise and your promise that there's going to be a transaction and that this is going to be backed up by something happening in the real world. Let me simplify that even more. So a few terms that we're going to throw. So we talked about Web3. So like, what is it? Where is it? This is what it is. It's nothing too complicated. It's built on blockchain. First term of the night. What is blockchain? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? It's okay if you don't know, because barely anybody knows. So it's basically a digital form of record keeping, the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. And it's the result of blocks that build upon one another, creating a permanent key and unchangeable ledger of transaction. What's really cool about the blockchain is you or me or anybody, if we knew how to do certain transactions, could also be members of the blockchain and could be rewarded for this. I think the most interesting and the most visible uses of the blockchain have been in the realm of cryptocurrency. They got really hyped up because a lot of people made a lot of money. The most popular being Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin, I think the first thing to do is when you're beginning this journey, on this literacy journey, is just to be aware that Bitcoin does not mean all crypto. Bitcoin is just one form of cryptocurrency that's built along the blockchain, but there's actually hundreds, if not thousands, probably more than tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrencies that have been built on the blockchain since Bitcoin came into play. And Bitcoin is also fairly new. So how many of us were already grown-ups in 2009? I'm going to raise my hand. I just aged myself. Anybody else? What's one of our regrets of life? Not buying a Bitcoin in 2009 when it was created, when it was worth like $1, giving away for free. That was a bit of a life regret. I should have gotten involved in the game earlier. But that being said, it is never too late to make any investment choice of your life. Obviously, disclaimer, I'm not pushing Bitcoin, but I'm just elucidating that Bitcoin is a relatively new currency. It's the first and most valuable of all the cryptocurrencies, and it was created in 2009. So is everybody still with me? Are you still with me? Because I'm going to keep talking, because this is all part of your pub quiz. And this part of this pub quiz is based on speed. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Right. Everyone's with me? We're all still together? Wag me? There's another hint. Does anybody know what wag me means? I don't know. What does it mean? Anyway, so now that we're all together, now we understand what Bitcoin is. And we understand that there are different coins. These are known as altcoins, i.e. coins that aren't Bitcoins, the cryptocurrencies that aren't Bitcoin. Are the second most popular coin, most popular and one of those valuable coins is Ethereum. Now, what's really, really cool, and I'll tell you a fun personal story about Ethereum. I only started getting involved in blockchain technology in 2017. I joined a blockchain company, and I literally knew nothing. So again, everything that you need to learn, where we can help guide you on that learning journey. We've curated videos, tutorials, articles. Go into the Bixie app. It's not like there's people out there in the world who are 30 years ahead of you in knowledge with PhDs. No, I'm going to just let you know right now, the vast majority of all of us learn everything about crypto and blockchain on YouTube videos and on Twitter. So all of the information you need is totally accessible. And we've done a little bit of that work for you by curating it. Go into the Bixie app, go to the Knowledge Hub. A lot of this is already curated. So you don't even need to be like, well, I don't even know. I don't need to fall into the rabbit hole. Just go and spend like 1 hour this weekend, watch like 5 videos, and you'll basically get the gist of what cryptocurrency is and what the blockchain is and what Ethereum is. So now that we kind of understand the basic building blocks and why this is so popular, because one of this, as I mentioned, blockchain just became like one of its most popular use cases was finance. Why? Because it solved particularly cross-border, it solved a really important problem, it solved 2 problems. Basically, I see people throwing up the answers, well done. It solved 2 really important problems. One is what's called the double spend problem. So, example, I have 100 pesos, right? I call, this is because this actually happens a lot. We've all seen this. I call one of my friends on Instagram and I'm like, I'm going to buy your banana bread. And she's like, great, that's going to be 100 pesos. I'm like, cool, send it to my house, right? Hang up. And then I call another friend and I say, hey, I want to buy your banana bread. Send it to my house, right? There's only 100 pesos. How do we account for the fact that I just spent my same 100 pesos 2 times? This happens a lot. This is not possible to happen on the blockchain. The second you and I made that promise, the transaction would move and it would be accounted for in the ledger system. So then I'm like, well, I only get 1 banana bread and I spent my 100 pesos, so I don't get another one. So this is called the double spend problem. So that's something that blockchain technology really that it solves. Another really, really important thing, and I know everybody in the Philippines understands this because we've all either tried to wire money in or tried to get money out. Banks, remittance services, all of them, they're charging so much. You're actually getting charged twice. You're getting charged for the movement of your transfer, and you're getting charged on the bad foreign exchange rate that you're getting. Like, what's incredible is that as of today right now, you can move money from wallet to wallet across countries on the blockchain, and it will literally cost you barely anything, but yet we don't do it. And so much of why, myself and my team started Bixie is because so much of this technology, so much of these, investments, so much of these assets, they exist and only a handful of people are profiting from them. And in our team, we just said, enough is enough. Women are 50% of the world. It's time for us to also start gaining access to this knowledge and to really these opportunities that other people have access to. So all of that to say, all of this technology, what is insane is that it already exists. People are already using it. So it's really about us taking that next step of like getting our knowledge together and then taking the leap, but it's an accompanied leap. We're all part of this community and doing it together so that we don't miss out, which brings me to another term, very popular in the crypto community, FOMO. Who knows what FOMO is? Anybody? Well, we all know FOMO as that thing one of our friends tells us to do that we know we're going to regret the next day. Right? Fear of missing out. We are like, no, I should go to bed at 8. But instead they're like, come on, let's go out until 2 a.m. and we do it. And we're like, okay, FOMO. And then they say FOMO. And then somehow this like activates a weird part of our brain. And we find ourselves dancing until 3 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. Is that just me? Okay. FOMO, that's one version of FOMO. In the crypto world, does anybody know what FOMO means? Very good, Anya, if you're missing out. I described an instance of FOMO. Like I said, in 2009, I was an adult. I was an adult with a job. I probably should have, thrown $2 into Bitcoin.
Sorry, the live video just ended, so I'm gonna and Instagram, but I'm gonna do it again. So okay. Maybe you could, slow down for our IG viewers. Okay.
You can't slow down. FOMO. Okay, I'm really there. Excellent. I'm seeing a lot of answers coming in. Wag me. Thank you, Michelle. We are all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Yeah. So as I mentioned, one instance of FOMO I had, 2009, I should have bought some Bitcoin. Why? because I'd be like a gazillionaire had I just bought like a few Bitcoin back then. That's fear of missing out. Now, of course, you don't want to be a person who's just driven by FOMO when it comes to investment decision. Don't be that person. Don't be like, oh, I'm just going to. I knew a few of those people. I knew a few of those people in the last kind of wave of crypto in 2017. And they're watching everybody, like they're watching the stocks go up. They're watching it was stocks in the regular market and crypto in this market. They're like, oh, I'm missing out. And they start putting all the money and then they lose it all. Don't be that person, obviously. But it's a terminology that's used in the crypto community to basically illustrate those people who are like, I have a fear of missing out. But what do we always know from FOMO? We usually regret it the next day. So it's both a warning sign, but also in some instances, as we know in our personal life, it's a rallying call. But it's usually a rallying call to do something that's probably not very good for you. So here we go. I'm linking back up to live on Instagram. Okay. So we've gone through quite a lot. And as Bill mentioned, I speak at the speed of light when I talk about Web3 because it's so freaking exciting and I get so excited. But I'm going to slow down. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions before I ramp this back up? Okay, I'm going. Nobody has any questions? Excellent. Good. Yes, Michelle. It can lead to just bad decisions. FOMO in general just leads to bad decisions, like dancing till 3 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's just bad decision making. So FOMO. Okay. So now that we talked a little bit about crypto, now here's what's also, okay, so this is really what's exciting and what gets me excited about the learning journey that we're providing at Bixie. Does anybody know what DeFi is? Has anybody heard of DeFi? Prices are going away. Prices are happening. Has anybody heard of DeFi? Does anybody know what it stands for? It's okay if you go on Google. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bill, what's DeFi?
Hi, sorry. Based on my Google last night, it's decentralized finance.
Well done. Decentralized finance. Now, what's really interesting, why is it called decentralized finance? The implication is that finance, as we currently know it, right? Banks, stocks, all that, it's centralized. And as we know, as we talked at the beginning, 1.0, when you centralize things, only one entity profits from it, right? So what does that mean necessarily by decentralizing it? The idea is for everybody to profit from their own money, right? So I think before I get into like how exciting DeFi is, also like how excitement, right? Excitement is equal parts opportunities, but danger. So don't think like I'm trying to encourage just deep diving into DeFi. I'm not. I'm just saying it's an exciting space because it's new. It decentralizes a lot of what is currently centralized, and it presents a lot of very exciting opportunities, but also, sorry, yes.
There's a question here which you may address in your. It says then there is Web 2, and because there are no brokers, that's why it's called decentralized or something. Okay.
Yes. So brokers are but one part of the centralization of finance, right? Like in certain countries, you can only buy stocks through a broker, right? So personal story, when I was 18 years old, I had access to a tiny bit of money. And I was I was like, I'm going to invest this money because I'm not going to be a fool and spend all my money the second I get it. So I was like, I'm going to invest this money. And I met with a broker and everyone's like, this is very good. And put it in a broker, financial advisor, put it in a mutual fund. I'm not kidding. Like 10 years later, I go and look in the same fund and it's like the same amount of money that I started with. And it's because a lot of it is lost in fees and transaction fees from the brokers, right? Because it's centralized. And because I'm not a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, they didn't really care about like making my money make more money. And I think before we even get into that DeFi stuff, I think that's what's really important to realize is there are more than one way to make money. How is money made? I'm really curious to hear from women. How do you think money is made? How do you make money? Bill, how do you make money?
like make personal or like to manufacture? Like how do
No, no, no. How does a human being, how do I go and make money?
Okay.
What are ways I could,
Work,
okay,
invest,
labor.
labor,
Yep, good.
capital, of course,
Yeah,
interest from savings, things like that.
that's capital. So you
Yeah.
described the two ways to make money:
Mm-hmm.
labor and capital.
Capital.
One
Yeah.
of the problems is women focus on labor, and one of the challenges is labor makes less money than capital over time, right? So with labor, you have income tax, you have inflation, you have, all of the transaction fees, multiple tax levels. With investments in most jurisdictions, you don't have any of that. So in addition to the fact that, with the exception of what's happening right now, of course, like markets are down, but in general, over time, that is going to make you more money. So this notion that if I just continue with my job, i.e. my labor, and I don't invest, necessarily that's not going to get you, with everything that's happening, particularly in the world and particularly in the job market, that's not going to get you to your end goal. So you also need to be in tandem investing. So what that means is your body is making money, your labor, your brain, your mind, but your money is also making money. And that, as I only recently realized, is finance. It's money making money, money making money off of money. And the thing about decentralized finance, the people making the money off of your money or individual like entities. In decentralized finance, there's an opportunity for you to make money off of your money. So instead of your money just sitting in a bank account, right? So in a bank, your money sits in a bank account. The bank has all this money that it collates, like 1 million people put $1. So now the bank has $1 million, and they can then go and invest that and then get an interest rate off of that for the bank. Now with DeFi, it presents an opportunity for us as individuals to, park our $10, $100, $1,000 and make interest off of that. That is but one thing. It's but one type of product, but there's a lot of opportunities there to do these type of things. And that's why I'm really excited about this journey. I see a lot of, entities, huge companies migrating in this direction. And so what I really want to do is make sure that women are aware of what's happening so that we, once again, don't get left behind and experience FOMO. That's right. We're not going to miss out this time. This time we're going to be armed with knowledge, and we're going to be armed with network, and we're going to be armed with tools to actually be part of the next financial landscape, the next financial opportunity. And that's why it's so, it's really fantastic and wonderful that every Thursday, a lot of you are giving just 45 minutes of your time to get yourself ready and prepped while you sit in traffic. What's the big deal? Like, get yourself ready and prepped for what's coming in Web3. So that's another big part of the introduction to what I'm doing. It's DeFi is a really important part of it. So we've covered quite a lot. I've rambled on for 30 minutes. Little did you know, I was actually giving a lot of information about what this pub quiz is going to be. So, rules of engagement, the rules of this pub quiz. Are you ready? Okay, rule number 1. The game is called Who Am I? I'm going to say some stuff, and then you're going to write the answer of who am I? Who am I? What am I? What am I talking about? I don't know. You tell me the word. I'm going to basically throw out some definitions, and you're going to tell me the word. I'm going to do this depending on time, depending on the queries. I'm going to do this 10 times, okay? I want you to write down your answers. So everybody keep one sheet for all of the questions, 1 through 10. And I want you to write down your answers. It can be on a piece of paper, but I know a lot of us don't use paper anymore. Put it in your, phone. Then I want you to send us the answers. And I want you to send us the answers inside of the Bixie app. Inside of the Bixie app. Okay? You're going to go to live events and you're going to drop it inside of the community. You're going to be like, here's my answers. And the first 3, who submit correct answers and the fastest to do it wins the prize. That being said, if you're experiencing any onboarding issues, because we've been having a couple of bugs, we're doing a next release tomorrow to address this. Go ahead and submit your completed answers inside of any one of these threads, Facebook, Instagram, wherever. And we're all of our team is on each one of these threads, including inside of our app currently. We're going to timestamp it. And and we will announce the winners inside of the app on Monday. So we're going to announce the winners inside of the app on Monday. You will all be notified of when this is happening, and then you will win the prize. So I'm really excited because if you can basically get the answers right to these 10 things, I'm not lying, you will then be able to be in the same room as people who, you know, purport themselves to be like crypto people, crypto bros. You'll be able to hold your own. You'll be able to have a fundamental understanding of what the heck is going on in Web3, crypto, blockchain. You'll be able to hold your own just by knowing these top 10 terms. It's really not that complicated. Also, what these top 10 terms will help you do over the weekend, you can go inside of the Bixie app, you can go on YouTube, and now that you know these terms, you can actually start looking, because, you know, one of the problems is it's like a world of information. It's like, what am I even looking at? We're like narrowing the funnel for you. Just look up these top 10 and it'll kickstart you on a fantastic journey. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Number 1, are you ready? Number 2, are you playing to win? Okay, good. Okay, ready. Number 1, we're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it. Number 2, this is the second largest cryptocurrency by trade volume. It's both a network and a software platform that developers can use to create new applications. Was that clear? Number 2 is, this is the second largest cryptocurrency by trade volume, but it's not just a cryptocurrency. It's also a software platform that developers can use to create new applications, also known as dApps, or decentralized apps. Are we good? Okay. Yep. Yeah, Bill?
Okay, for those who could access the app right now, under live events, one of our team placed one for quiz night with no comments, so you can put your answers there when you're done, of course. So yeah, under live events, there's portion there where about the quiz night tonight. You can comment your answers there. So if you can access the if you can access the app right now, but if not, like Rosalia mentioned, there's so many channels that we're in. Okay.
Okay. You've got this. Don't feel discouraged. Number 3, I am the first and most valuable cryptocurrency, and I was created on January the 3rd, 2009. I am the first and most valuable currency, and I was created on January 3rd, 2009. Okay. Number 4, I am a currency that's both digital and decentralized. I'm used to buy and sell things, or as a long-term store of value. I'm a type of currency that's digital and decentralized. I can be used to buy and sell things, or as a long-term store of value. Who am I? Number 5, I am a financial activity that is conducted without the involvement of a centralized intermediary, like a bank, government, or other financial institutions. I'll repeat. I am a financial activity conducted without the involvement of an intermediary, like a bank, government, or other financial institution. Okay. Number 6. Oh, this is for the people who are actually listening, who are like really listening, right? I am any cryptocurrency that's not Bitcoin. I am any cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin. All good? I am a bad I am a bad financial decision led by emotional trading and bad decision making. I am a bad emotional decision based on emotional trading and bad decision making. Okay, that's 7. Bill, you look one of the things I love about my sister. She seems sweet, but she plays to win. She is hyper competitive, and I see your focus face. So if there's one to watch, it's her. She's the one to beat.
For for this event, just to be clear, I'm not joining. Okay, I'm not joining to win. I'm just like I just want to know the answers. I'm FOMO.
You're still playing. Okay. Yeah. See that she's so competitive. She's not even playing to win. She's just playing to join. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still one to watch. Still one to watch. All right. Number 8. I am a digital form of record keeping and the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. I am a digital form of record keeping and the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. Okay. Now, the next two are for like people. The next two are for the diehards, but also for those who are quick on the trigger and who know how to Google. Okay. I invented Bitcoin. I invented Bitcoin. Okay. And then the last one, oh, this is for the diehards. This is also a trick, but again, Google. HODL. HODL. Okay. All good? Six, 7, 8. Okay, that was 10. I'm going to repeat. I'm going to repeat them for the last time, okay? So this is a little bit of reverse order. Let me try and get them in the same order. Sorry. Okay, ready? I am the first and most valuable cryptocurrency. I was launched in 2009. Okay? Ready? Number 2, I think this is the right order, but this is the same 10 questions. So I am the second largest cryptocurrency by trade volume. I am both a cryptocurrency, but also a software platform that developers can use to create new applications. Who am I? Number 3, I'm a type of currency that's digital and decentralized. I can be used to buy and sell things or as a long-term store of value. 4, I am any coin that's not Bitcoin. I am any coin that's not Bitcoin. 5, I'm a digital form of record keeping. I am the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. Number 6, I invented Bitcoin. Next, I am a financial activity that's conducted without the involvement of an intermediary like a bank, a government, or a financial institution. Next, we're all going to make it. Next, huddle. Huddle. And last but not least, I am I am bad decision making, emotional trading. I am bad decision making, emotional trading. And then I want to throw one last one out as a bonus, an opportunity, because this is really critical. IYKYK. IYKYK. And I see some smiles. Because IYKYK, right, Bill? Okay. So I want to see some answers. What's going on? Anybody stumped? How do we feel about it? How do we feel about our crypto vernacular? The hardest thing sometimes when we are approaching a topic we don't understand is having the words, right? Just having a couple of the key words, vocabulary, because there's a famous saying like to not even know what you don't know is the hardest part of a journey, right? So you've just been today, you're equipped with like 10 and now 11 really key terms in the world of cryptocurrency, in the world of blockchain, in the world of Web3. I need you to start using these words. I need you to feel confident when you use these words. I need you to finish this quiz, go online, Google some of the terms. It's not cheating, right? And then quickly submit it to any one of these threads. Submit it inside of the app, submit it inside of Facebook. You're not in a rush because we're going to announce the winner on Monday. And so it's going to be a factor of two things. The first, like the fastest to respond, but also the most amount of correct answers. So take this as a learning opportunity. Like this, there is no, don't be afraid. Don't be shy. This is all new, right? All of us have to start somewhere. And I hope, and I'm really glad that you all are starting here. You started this journey 45 minutes ago and you're still here. And Poe, IYKYK. IYKYK? Perfect. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Some of this might be rudimentary to some of the old timers. I know many of you have been here, have done this with us. Does anybody else want to have any questions? This is your opportunity. This is all of us together asking the tough questions, asking the embarrassing questions. I'm not going to lie. I spent a lot of time. So obviously, while we're building out our Web3 presence, right? I spend a lot of time listening to people who know a lot more than I do and not understanding anything and then going and Googling it. The only way to learn is to ask the questions. Take this as an opportunity. I'm not telling you what IYKYK is, Poe. It's part of the quiz. But Google it. It's a very popular thing in the crypto community. Vil, do you have any questions? Kick us off. As the in-resident novice?
So far, I don't have questions. I'm just still like internalizing everything. Yeah, yeah. No questions, but I learned a lot tonight, actually. This is the first time, not the first time I read about DeFi and all the stuff, but it's, when you get, when something dawns on you, like, that's it. So yeah, so very helpful actually with the first, the basic terms. Actually, when I was like looking at it yesterday, I'm like, so this is it. But like the way you like explained it and connected one term to another, it's actually better that I realize it's better that way. So yeah.
Great. So also just to know, for anybody who missed any of the questions, all of our videos are always available within 24 hours inside of the Bixie app and across our socials. So you can go back and find the questions, and then you still have time to do it. But I heavily encourage you to take this time, take this as an opportunity to learn 10 new terms for the new world of Web3, right? You're going to have to know the language of it. And now you know 10 words to at least navigate a little bit. I always find that like when I'm learning a new language, I don't know about you guys, but I need like 5 to 10 words, and they generally are like, "Where's the bathroom?" Right? Like the really like, "Where's the bath?" I need to be able to eat. I need to be able to sleep. I need to be able to go to the bathroom. And these 10 terms are basically the equivalent of that. You can do the very basics in Web3 if you understand these 10 terms. So I also want to take this opportunity. So we often, Bill is our in-resident Web3 novice, and she asks a lot of the questions that our community is too shy to ask. So I'm really curious, One Boy, where do you feel like when somebody says Web3, where do you get confused?
Sorry, I think when the first time I heard about it, like one of the questions, because there's Web 2, there's the internet, there's the multiverse, there's the metaverse. So it's I think that's where the confusion is, right? When we know a lot of terms, we know a lot of terms, and now I even don't know what I don't know anymore or what I know. So I think that's where the confusion is. That's why this session is actually like helpful, because we narrowed it down to like, let's say 10 basic terms, 10 basic but interconnected terms. So now I get, I have a better idea of what Web 2 versus Web 3 is, or like what's DeFi versus not DeFi is. So there's the confusion. Actually, I think that's the confusion actually, because sometimes when people ask me like, hey, what's a cryptocurrency, or what's DeFi, I got like, oh, I don't know. And then that's why I was encouraging everyone to like, hey, join the game night. It's not actually like a strict quiz night, but it's more of like immersion on what the cryptocurrency, the Web3 world is about. So yeah.
Exactly. So like now y'all can stride confidently. I think what you also brought up was such an important point. Guys, you're not alone if you're like, what's metaverse? What's Web3? Look, barely anybody knows what the metaverse is. But just to give you a little idea. So Web3 is basically like our internet, as we mentioned. Web2 is what we're on right now, right? Where in order for us, me and Bill, to talk to all of you, we have to go through a server owned by, what the provider we're using is StreamYard, right? And then
I lost you on Instagram. I'm gonna invite you again.
Back in. And Web3 is basically direct communication, right? So it's like direct. We don't have to go through centralized servers anymore. I think it's also really important to highlight, like, what is the metaverse? The metaverse is actually it's actually a term that was taken from a fictional book and made popular by Mark Zuckerberg. What it describes, however, is how do we take our experiences, like the one we're having right now, right? We're having a meetup. This is a meetup. But how do we basically round it out so it feels more immersive? It's basically adding a third dimension to what we're doing right now, which is two-dimensional. So the metaverse can exist on Web 2. It can also exist on Web 3. It's about how do you create a more immersive experience. So this is why I asked. I'm so glad you brought this up, Bill. Web 3 and metaverse, they're getting a little bit like overlap. There is some overlap, but they're not the same thing. Webverse, think of it as it's the technology. It's like the back end. And the metaverse is literally like creating a three-dimensional experience. So right now, if we wanted to metaverse this meetup, we would all put on like VR goggles, and then we're all like sitting in the same room, and then we're all like talking to each other in like a virtual conference room or like a virtual cocktail hour. That's the difference. It's a great question.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. I cannot see on IG. You're unable to join.
I'm joining right now.
Okay.
1 second. So any other confusions? That was so helpful. Like, Bill, anybody else have, I actually have no idea what's going on.
Here,
This
there's a
is
question. I bought so much crypto as the first start of my journey. So I would like to know your thought.
so you bought a lot of crypto. What do I think? I think that, okay, so full disclaimer, it's not financial advice. I think the most important thing is to like, don't ever, and this goes, I think, across everything that you do, don't start with anything that you're not afraid to lose. So like, if 100 pesos is like the maximum amount that you would just feel horribly after if you lost more than that, then that's your place to start, right? Don't jump in head first and use it as a learning opportunity. Right. So think of it. We all went to school, right? We paid for school fees. Be like, okay, you know what I'm going to do for the summer? I'm going to spend, 1,000 pesos on my crypto and Web3 education. And take that 1,000 pesos and that's what you're going to put in a wallet and you're going to start playing with it and you're going to learn about it. This is something you learn by doing, right? It's kind of like getting your first bank account. Like you didn't really understand what finance was, but then you got a bank account and you might have made some like mistakes, but like you figure it out along the way. So kind of set yourself, this is an important part of my education. I want to dedicate X amount to it. And that should kickstart your journey. That would be the kickstarting of your journey, right? But don't put like all of your children's school funds on your first try, because the reality is you're going to make mistakes, you're going to send things the wrong direction, and you don't know what you're doing. So take it like a learning journey.
Okay. Mhm. Okay, so I actually just
I saw it. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
you can also just add me again. I can jump in.
Okay.
But I think we're almost winding down. So I'm putting share video. There we go. Okay. Any other questions? This is the time to ask the embarrassing questions. Safe space. You can also do it anonymously. There we go. This is a safe space. Any questions? Why are we creating a community of women, generally women, so that we feel safe to ask these embarrassing questions? It's okay to be like, guys, I honestly don't even know what like crypto is. It's okay. That's a question. And we're here to answer those questions. Anything else, Bill? What else confuses you? The metaverse question is a really good one.
Okay, let me think. Okay, I know you've discussed this earlier on the earlier part of this talk, no, but maybe you could, I think there's a lot of more who have just joined in the past like 10 minutes. I saw it on IG. Maybe you could differentiate, maybe, because there's always like there's crypto and there's Bitcoin, right? So if this is my first time to hear about it, how do I know it's crypto or how do I know it's Bitcoin?
Okay. Ready? So this is like law school logic. All Bitcoin is crypto, but not all crypto is Bitcoin. So cryptocurrency is all the currencies. It's like, and Bitcoin, think of Bitcoin as like a US dollar. It's but one currency, right? But the word currency is all the currencies. So cryptocurrency is all the currencies. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, those are all cryptocurrencies. But obviously not all cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin or Ethereum. So just think of it very much analogously to the currency that we use every day. Filipino peso, US dollar, European euro, all of those are currencies, right? But not all currencies are euros. That's the distinction. Excellent question. That's a really good question. I think a lot of people
Perfect.
are confused by that and they're embarrassed to say so.
Yeah. Okay. I think I saw one question here. This is like when can Bitcoin's price be back up again or ever gonna go back?
You tell me. No, there's no such thing as a person who understands how the market moves in any market. So if anybody is out here telling you, I can guarantee you this and that, they're lying and it's a fraud. But that being said, one of our speakers once, one of our actually most popular talks, I think it was like 1,500 people showed up to that. He was a cryptocurrency expert at a very large cryptocurrency fund. And what he did was actually teach our audience how to narrow down good like sources. So somebody asked him the same question, like, when is this going to go up? And he's like, listen, nobody knows this, but what you can do is have a research methodology to get you closer to a place where you feel safe making your decisions. So we actually have that on the Bixie app. Our team will repost it inside of the live events. It was so helpful. He also was, I think, the first person to get Bill to open a crypto wallet. So that was really exciting. That was one of the demos of the day. So yes, we'll repost that for the community. It basically, because a lot of people are like, oh, you have to do your research. And the question is, well, how do I even start doing my research? He very kindly created a guideline that's super helpful to kickstart your research journey. So we'll repost that on the app this weekend, and so that you'll all have access to that. Good weekend reading. See, great feedback, good questions. Anything else? Yes, Satoshi. So Saptarshi also invented Bitcoin. I'm kidding, he didn't.
Yeah. Okay. I think somebody is asking me via personal. Via personal message. Wait, I'm just gonna go inside my messenger. See. I'm trying. Okay. Anyway, if you still have questions while I'm waiting for one question here.
I'm really curious. Has anybody submitted all the answers yet?
I'm not sure. I cannot see it. I'm using my using my gadgets. Yeah.
We're basing the winners on speed and accuracy.
Hi, Susie Murr. Somebody.
All right. Last chance to ask an embarrassing question.
Sorry, there's one here. Oh, hello.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay. I think I thought I lost myself. There's a question here, personally sent to me. For someone who is not earning that much, which is a better investment? Crypto or like insurance, or where do you think could I, like put in my money, even if it's just a tiny amount?
Yeah. So obviously I'm not licensed to give financial advice, though next week, or is it in 2 weeks, we do have a licensed financial advisor based out of the Philippines coming for her second event because she was so popular the first time. So you can ask her actually what you should do. However, what we can say is it's important to start an investment journey no matter where it is. It's important to know that all investments have different price points. Like you don't need to be wealthy and high earning to start an investment journey. There's denominations, there's insurance that's as little as $5. We're literally giving away free insurance today, like giving it away. Consider that an investment in your health. So that's something that you can quite literally start right now. So the key is, at least for me, my personal opinion is don't put anything that you're scared to lose. Don't start with whatever what wouldn't keep you up at night, what wouldn't terrify you, what wouldn't give you anxiety, what wouldn't make you concerned for, your kids and your future. That's the amount that is probably a good place to start, because that's the learning amount, right? But the key is, and everybody always asks us at our events, and sometimes we have licensed advisors, and they're like, when should I start investing? I don't make a lot of money. And it's like, the answer is always the same: start today. And so the question is, which products are at your price point and at your risk level, right? What can you afford to lose? That's basically another way of saying, what can you afford to lose and what can you afford right now? And so literally today, we can give you an investment product. It's free, so that's $0. You can start today. And that's on the Bixie app. It's on the home screen. It's in hot deals. So I'd start there. Boom. There you go. You just started.
So yeah, I see. I told you I came ready today. So this is there. So yeah, perfect. This is one which is free, and consider it as an investment, because after what's the date today? It's 26. After the 31st, it's not free anymore. So
there. You have 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna remove it first. While people were, I think we can. It's 7:33. We can get one more question if there's one more question. Somebody's asking me for an answer. She's like, I only know one answer. Please help me. I don't know all the answers either. I was like Googling like.
Why don't you connect with each other? That's also what this community is for.
Yes.
If you're like, look, I got 3 answers. Go on the Bixie app, go to live events, find somebody else. Be like, I have 3 answers. Do you have 1 answer? We're putting the video up tomorrow. You can rewatch the questions. Connect with each other. That's what we're here to do. We need to learn together. We're not here to learn alone. So go on the Bixie app, go inside of community, go inside of live events, connect with each other, finish the answers, and then you'll win your prizes.
Okay. So as of now, our team has one has answered via the Bixie app, and one has sent her answer via our messenger here in Facebook, Bixie page messenger. So yeah, so I think those are the first 2 we got. So as Rosalia mentioned, all the answers will be announced on Monday. So technically, you still have until Monday. Who knows? We haven't seen the answers, the submitted answers. They could get 10 over 10 or maybe 9 over 10. But then you who submitted maybe tomorrow will get a perfect score. So you're still winning. Okay, you're still in the run.
You're still in the run. You're still in the game.
Okay, so somebody commented here, love this community and how women can have these conversations and help each other up. So refreshing. Thank you. That's from Harriet. Yeah, she's on LinkedIn. So hello. So yeah, but before we end this live, are there more questions? So I'm still flashing the Harriet's comment, and of course your investment starting today. So
I'm going to tell you guys a really scary statistic. So we're connecting a lot with the cryptocurrency exchanges. Fewer than 5% of people globally currently like trading in cryptocurrency are women. Fewer than 5%. So we're like really absent from the building blocks of Web3. So we're going to end up in another situation where all of like, how look at Web2, look who owns all the big tech companies. They're not girls, they're not women, right? We're going to end up in a very similar situation if we don't get ourselves knowledged up. And part of that is to stop being afraid to ask questions, stop being afraid to connect with each other. Like we're creating that so that we're not absent again, so that there's more than 5% of us in Web3. So that being said, I'm going to go put my daughter to bed. It has been my absolute pleasure and delight, as always, to spend time with all of you on your learning journeys. I also am on a learning journey. I'm learning all about NFTs and building them from scratch. So that's part of my learning journey. It's never too late to start learning something new, and it's never too late to ask the embarrassing questions. So I'm going to leave it over to Vil because this is like Web3 month. We have so many exciting events in the next 4 weeks, taught by people who know a lot more than I do. So I'm going to hand it over to Bill to share about what we have in store next week. It's like, I'm really excited about this. So I really look forward to seeing all of you again. Tune in every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Manila. We're here, and we hope to see you then. See you soon.
Okay, before you leave, don't go away. Don't go yet. I'm gonna announce the next event here. I came prepared. So we
Boom.
are, yeah. So we're having one of my friends from way back, but he's now a celebrity apparently, and not just like your regular celebrity, but in the metaverse kind of celebrity. So he is also known as Cuckoo from Cuckoo Crypto TV. So he will be with us on two, what's this? June 2. There. June 2, 2022. There's so much twos. Don't forget that. It's also on a Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Manila. So don't be late. Please save the date. We if Follow us on all our socials. We'll be posting more about what to expect. So some people actually have messaged me. They have learned one term today. They have learned what blockchain is. So I'm happy because if you learned one today, another one tomorrow, if you compile those things, you are in one. Like me, I just learned maybe new terms today, maybe 3, 4. It's not a lot, but if you do it like regularly, then wag me. See,
Black.
wag me. Okay. So again, thank you so much. Please.
Wait, sorry, Bill. I just want to plug. I don't think Bill blew this guy up enough. So if you're interested to know how you can go from driving a Grab taxi to being a crypto millionaire, this guy's journey is incredible. But it's not an overnight one of these like scam overnight success stories. It's a learning journey. So what's really interesting is Lex is all about teaching people the skill set for Web3. It's not a get rich quick scheme. He's not into it. So I'm really, really excited for him to share. Like he built, like everything was just, he learned one thing over another. It's really interesting. It's really inspiring. And now, as Bill was mentioning, he's a massive metaverse influencer. So I hope to see you guys next Thursday. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. He's, joining the Bixie verse and helping lift up our community of women. So see you next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Manila, with likes.
Okay, again, so those who haven't submitted their answers yet, it's not too late. It's still 7:40 p.m. on a Thursday night. You have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm thinking now maybe I should also put in my answers. I should. I think I am sure of like 6 items, so who knows? So if you're sure of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it doesn't matter. As long as you learned something tonight, put it in the Bixie app community. If you can access the app right now, send it via Messenger. Somebody sent her answer via Messenger, via Instagram message. You have a metaverse of options. Okay, so okay, so again, thank you so much for being with Bixie every Thursday. I am seeing regulars right now. Some have been viewing our videos right after the event. I noticed because the past 2 events I have been checking on the growth actually, and a lot of people have been watching the day after. So we're really glad that more women are being reached out, and I think there are also like men who are being reached out by these live events. But yeah, let's just do it. Let's just be together every Thursday. Even after, if you have something very important to do, for instance during the time slot, you can watch it a bit later the next day. Especially now for this time, you still have until Monday. Again, thank you so much for being with us. See you next Thursday. Don't be late. 6:30 p.m. Manila. Again, thank you. And I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.